Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So happy to have each and every one of you with us this morning. It's just a pleasure. Isn't it a beautiful day outside? Welcome to our Facebook fans and our Zoom fans and everybody. Every one of you is a fan for each other. We're so grateful to have you. My name is Eric Howell, and I'm a job developer and career coach for the Urban League Twin Cities. We are very excited to be hosting fifth our fifth, can you believe that, virtual job fair? So if you want to tune in every 2 weeks or so, we have a job fair where we bring employers in to speak to you and to let you know what they have available. We are going to be presenting our speakers soon, so if anybody else is on camera besides me, you can turn off your cameras and I will introduce you, and then you'll turn your cameras on at that moment. Thank you so much. For 94 years, the Urban League has been a lighthouse in the Twin Cities for employment services. We continue to have that vision to serve you in the areas of job search and career counseling, resume and interview assistance, and also certifications trainings, which is just wonderful. And that is what our expertise is for many, many decades. And we're still doing it today. And we would love to have you be a part of that, to enjoy and to express and to come in and be walking in that path that you're supposed to be walking in, right? It's all about being in the right place at the right time and enjoying life while you're doing it. We are also ranked #1 in the nation amongst the other urban leagues for our prestigious IT Institute, where we will train you in the fields of IT. Now, IT is booming. It's happening, and it's happening around the world. And we are actually able to train you in that with no cost to you. So that is something that we are really, really grateful for. And what we were awarded for was because of the fact that we have not only a prestigious IT Institute, but we have graduated many participants, students who have gotten their global industry recognized certifications and also getting jobs in IT, which can rank up to the six-figure income. It's a really, really great thing, and it's no cost to you. Actually, none of our services in our workforce solutions division, you don't pay a dime, no cost. So that is what we are so excited for, of being a part of the Urban League, and we really, really, really are looking forward to having you be a part of it as well. On the behalf of our president and CEO, Stephen Dalton, and the staff of the Urban League Twin Cities, we all welcome you with open arms as you are here on Zoom and also Facebook. Feel free today to keep your cameras off unless you're a presenter, right? If I don't call your name, you don't have to turn your cameras off. So you can sit back and relax, you know, eat a burger or whatever you want to do. And in the comfort of your home, have your pen and paper ready, because of the fact that our presenters are going to be presenting lots of jobs. They're saying, we want to pay you for what you can do for us. And doesn't that sound wonderful, getting paid and working and having those benefits come in, and 401k plans and all types of things coming in for you? Well, today could be your golden ticket day that you are eligible to get one of these wonderful opportunities. So again, sit back and relax. You won't have to turn on your camera again, and you won't have to turn on your microphone, but just sit back and just enjoy what we have for you today. Today we have 4 presenters. Yes, we do. 4 companies that are representing. And today is a special day. Usually we have our job fairs on Tuesdays, but today is a special job fair. And the reason why it's so special is because it's focusing on the light rail system. Yes, construction. So if that is something that you have always wanted to get into, that industry, and being a part of the light rail system, you've hit it. Again, let the graffiti fall on you, because it is your day today to really shine and to get a lot of information. I am grateful to be able to say that our 4 presenters today, one is from Lenda CS McCrossin Joint Venture, Building Straw Communities Program, EJM Pipe Services, Inc., and Railworks Delta Joint Venture. I'm also going to say, in the way of things being a little bit different today, is that you won't be seeing my face only today as the moderator and host, but I'm going to bring on my friend and guest, Yolanda McIntosh, who is the EEO officer of Lunda CS McCrossin Joint Venture. Good morning, Yolanda.
Good morning, Eric. How are you?
Good. It's so grateful to have a partner today. I wouldn't say in crime, but in construction. But you know what, Yolanda? Something seems a little strange. Something's a little strange. Am I dressed appropriately to go out and work on the light rail outside right now?
No.
Suit?
I would have to say no, you are not dressed appropriately to go out.
Girl, what you trying to say?
On the light rail right now. You look nice though. I don't want to knock that. You do look nice, but dressing appropriate in what I can see as a suit jacket and a dress shirt, no. We would need a t-shirt, some jeans. We need you ready to work. Here's why.
Oh, let me just take this thing off then, because I want to be part of this job fair today, and I just want to be, I want people to say, you know what, he looked like he's working in the corporate office somewhere. I wanted to be on the light rail system outside working on the railroad. So, let me just take this off. So you say do I need to put on like a reflective vest or something?
We will provide a reflective vest for you.
You will?
Provide that to you.
Well, I just want to be part of the game today, so I'm going to put on mine. And then what else do I need?
Hard hat.
A hard hat?
Yes.
Got one right here, Yolanda. All right, what else do I need?
You are on it. Let's see your safety glasses.
Let me see if I got that in my closet over here. I think I got me some safety goggles. How about that? Is that it right there?
Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work, okay.
Where's your steel-toe boots?
Well, I ain't gonna stand up because we're on camera, so when people are on the Zoom call, you never know what they're wearing underneath their waist. But I do have these. Will this work?
Well, that will work, but where's your mask?
Oh, I don't have one of those. Oh, you mean my mask for like COVID?
Yes.
Well, since I'm inside and I'm social distancing with myself, I guess won't need one of those right now.
We would be happy to provide you with one of those as well.
You will provide one of those for me?
Yes, we will provide a mask, a hard hat, a vest.
What?
You're going to have to get your own steel-toe boots, though.
Get your own steel-toe. Well, there's a lot of programs that can help pay for that too. So.
There you go.
All right. Well, I think I am ready to roll. Yolanda, who is up first as our first presenter?
Oh, fantastic. Our first presenter is the project manager of the Lunda CS McCrossin Joint Venture, Dale Even. So, introducing Dale Even.
Take it away, Dale Even.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So, I represent the joint venture, Lunda CS McCrossin Joint Venture on the Southwest Light Rail project. We are the civil contractor for the Met Council on building the light rail. And what that means is we're doing most of the track work, structures work, road work, utility work. What we do not do is we don't do the systems, which is the electrical and power of the trains, and we're not doing the fare collection or the train supply. But we're building most of the civil infrastructure for the new Southwest Light Rail from the Southwest Transit Station in Eden Prairie to downtown Minneapolis, where we're picking up off the extension down near Target Field. A little bit about Lunda Construction and CS McCrossin. We have both been building in the upper Midwest here for over 50 years. Lunda Construction is primarily focused as a bridge builder. About 90% of our bridge is structure, or 90% of our work is structures or bridge related. Heavy into the bridge, railroad, and industrial specialties. CS McCrossin, also upper Midwest contractor here, located in Maple Grove. They're diversified. They do bridges, they do walls, they do paving, they do earthwork and utilities. And we've joined forces here together for the Lunda CS McCrossin joint venture. This is light rail project is an $800 million contract with the Met Council. It's approximately 4 years long. It includes upwards of 29 new structures, bridges, or tunnels. There's over 120 retaining walls. There's over 1 million yards of export dirt. It's a big project, and we're pleased to be doing it with the Met Council. So as far as current openings with the joint venture, and I'm speaking, just so everybody understands, I am speaking for the joint venture, not any of our subcontractors, specifically the joint venture, Lunda and CS McCrossin. We currently have openings for field engineers, and a field engineer, for us, what we're looking for is somebody with a targeted degree generally is what we're looking for, and that's going to be like a construction management degree or a civil engineering degree. And the level of experience for that position would be anywhere from a recent graduate to someone with up to 5 years experience. We're also would have opportunities for field engineer interns, and that's generally somebody who is currently enrolled in a targeted degree and working their way through school. And again, that would be generally we're looking for people in the civil engineering or construction management is our preference. We are also looking for a project EEO officer, and that position, the preference is not required, but it's a bachelor's degree or equivalent work experience, at least 5 years of specialized and related work, including implementing and administering the affirmative action plans for the project. Yolanda, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
No, other than to say, so people don't think it's this project EEO officer position, we would also like a background in government. So if you've worked for another government agency or maybe participated in a company audit or compliance review, things like that, that type of background is helpful as well.
Very good. We're also looking for junior estimators to help in our estimating department. We have numerous changes on the job and quite a workload to burn off there. And there again, we are generally target people with civil engineering or construction management degrees for those positions. That position we would prefer, it wouldn't be an entry level per se, although junior estimator, but somebody with.
Wanda has a connection to a CS on the crossing as well.
Excuse me? The junior estimator position is someone with probably, minimum of 3 years experience, someone with estimating experience in heavy civil construction. Journey person operators, we're always looking for operators, it seems, whether it's, and here I've got it targeted as earthwork. So backhoe, dozer, loader operators, but that's a journey person, someone with experience that's been, got the experience of a journey person. So it's not a entry-level position. Journey person, cement mason on structures, concrete finishing, and that again is also a journey person level. Water and sewer foreman, this would be someone who has experience installing stormwater, sanitary sewer, even water main, underground utilities, experience managing crews in a large civil project. Journey person operator for water and sewer as well. Same thing, preferably excavator experience is targeted. And then we also have an apprentice laborer position for the water and sewer crew, and that's someone with zero experience that's could be new to the industry. Just so everyone knows here that LMJV is a union signatory contractor, and so we source most of our labor force from the union. And what that means is when we are looking to supply labor to the job site, generally our first stop is the union to see if they have qualified candidates. We can, however, sponsor persons into the union. If we find a qualified candidate that's not in the union and we want to bring them on board, we can provide a sponsorship letter and get them sponsored through the unions to come to work for us. By and large, the craft people that are working for the LMJV, operators, carpenters, laborers, and cement masons. Next slide. So the income range that someone could expect on our project is starting out at the approximate at a apprentice level. The base wage is about $24 an hour, and that's taxable wage. Your benefits are on top of that. Journey person levels go up to about $39 per hour. And that's just a range that all varies depending on your class and your skill, but that is the range. And depending on the trade, your hours could vary by week and by year. In some trades, such as if you're working in asphalt paving, concrete paving, they're temperature sensitive, so the hours vary seasonally greatly. Applications can be obtained by calling the office at 952-209-2123. Our office is also located in Hopkins. We're right along the train alignment, about midpoint of the alignment. You can stop out here and get an application as well. If we have the mandatory mask thing going on, so if you're going to come out here, make sure you've got a mask when you come to the office. Return completed applications, and there the office is. Drop it off at the front desk at 11400 K-Tel Drive. And like I said, we're right about in the middle of the alignment of the light rail. Or you can email them to Marialana, our HR director out here. Next slide. So qualities of a good candidate. Reliability, obviously, is one. We need to have people that we can generally rely on coming to work every day. We've got lots of work to do out here, and building a crew and a team around people that will show up for work is very important to us. Willing to learn, just the good attitude, that's a great quality. Enjoys the work outdoors. You know, anybody that's familiar with Minnesota is familiar that we have a wide variety of weather, and you got to be enjoying the hot and the cold weather. Be a good communicator. And also with us in the heavy civil, there's a lot of travel. So while you might be working on the Southwest Light Rail this year or this month, next week it could be outstate Minnesota. So there is the element of that in what we do. Comfortable working at heights, especially with the bridge work. You know, Lunda performed the work on the St. Croix River crossing, and we have people working at 200 feet above the water level. So there has to be some level of comfort of working at heights. Even our retaining walls, you know, anywhere from 10 feet to 40 feet high, you're working at heights. Any questions?
What's the address again?
Our address here at the project site is 11400 K-Tel Drive, Hopkins, and we're on the second floor.
All right, wonderful. Ray, are there any questions in chat?
Not right now at this time.
Okay, and it looks like our producer in Facebook doesn't have any questions. If you have questions in Facebook, feel free to let us know. Just write your questions in the chat box. You'll see it on your toolbar in Zoom, or just write it in the comment section in Facebook. I see Yolanda laughing. What's wrong, Yolanda? You told me I needed a face mask. So I was like, okay, for crying out loud, I'll get one. I look so spooky. I feel like I'm, you know, the Invisible Man. That's why I feel like I'm the Invisible Man, and he put some clothes on. So that was really good, Yolanda. That was some really good positions, as well as high-paying jobs. Wow.
Yes, it is definitely a lucrative industry. However, don't be mistaken. with great money comes great responsibility. And
Ah,
so, yeah, you will work hard. You will work hard. So it is important to be in shape. It's important to eat right, get enough rest. All of those components add up, and it contributes to your success in this industry.
and tell me, is this year-round work?
For the light rail, it's year round. For some of our other projects, they're seasonal in the highway heavy
Okay.
industry generally. So
Okay.
Dale may want to tag in on that and provide more information.
Yeah, I just like to say that it can vary by trade. So like for cement masons, for instance, the work does slow down in the winter because it is susceptible to the cold. But our substructure crew, people that are driving, piling, pouring bridge abutments and piers, a lot of that stuff will continue through the winters. Earthwork activities slow way down in the winter.
That is good to know. So everybody watching, you got the news. And the thing is that there's many opportunities in various aspects of the industry. Some of them are seasonal, some of them are full time year round. So with that in mind, Yolanda, who is our next presenter?
Eric, our next presenter is Christina Gross, Contract Administrator for EJM Pipe Services. Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing well. You've got some great news for us today, huh?
I do. We are a growing construction company, and we are looking to add to our team.
Well, let me get off so the people can hear you speak. That's what they want to hear.
All right. My name is Christina. I'm with EJM Pipe Services, and we are located in Columbus, Minnesota, which is very close to Forest Lake. We have been in the construction industry since 1946. If you could go to the next slide, please. I'll tell you a little bit about EJM. We are a horizontal boring and jacking company established in 1976. Some of the boring that we do deals with the installation of utilities from water and sewer. We also do pipe jacking, which is a tunneling method with little disruption to the surface. Also, we will bore under railroads, buildings, rock, and dirt. The length and the size of the bores will range from anything to 8 inches to 72-inch pipe. We are licensed to work in 26 states, and we are definitely not just a boring company. Next slide, please. We have multiple job openings right now. We are really focusing on looking for operators and laborers. However, with the right amount of experience, we are looking for foremen as well. There are multiple different ways to apply to the company. One, you can go to EJM's website, found there at www.ejmpipe.com. Under Contact Us, there is an online application to fill out, or you are welcome to stop into the office Monday through Friday. Someone is here, and we are located, like I said, in Columbus, Minnesota. Or you can call into the office with the number there at 651-786-8041, and I would be happy to email you an application or provide you an email address that you could send a resume to. Next slide, please. Some of the qualifications we're looking for, again, are experienced foremen, operators, laborers. When it comes to operators, we're really looking for someone that has experience with excavating as far as jacking pits go or setting machines, slide rails, etc. Laborers are always a need as well. Looking for a minimum of 1 year experience. However, I recently have been in contact with a lady by the name of Jenny over at Operating Engineers, and she is working with Building Stronger Communities. Her and I have been talking a lot, and she has helped me get in touch with a couple of candidates who are looking for work that don't have experience but are looking to get into the union, and we have recently hired someone, and so far he's been a great fit. So while we do look for experience, we are open to bringing someone onto our team who doesn't and working with them to obtain some skills. You definitely need to have a valid driver's license or some reliable transportation to get to and from work. All candidates are required to pass a thorough background check and drug test. We are currently a union company. However, if you do not hold a union card, we will help you to obtain that. We're looking for a motivated, hardworking, reliable candidate, someone who is aware of their surroundings. Safety is extremely important to us. We deal with a lot of really heavy equipment, a team player, and again, safe. We do provide a hard hat, safety vest, or safety shirts. We also talk about and help with getting railroad training. Light rail in particular, we need to hold certain railroad cards for the boring portion of it. So I take care of helping the guys get set up and getting their credentials filled in so they can obtain testing for a railroad card. Next slide, please. Like I said, we are a union contractor. We hold agreements with Local 563, laborers, and operating engineers. If you have a union card, that is a plus. We definitely will go to our BA or unions when we are looking for candidates. However, we are willing and able to help those who are not union members obtain a union card. Next slide, please. Union wages will be based upon your level of skill and training. So there's a lot of growth opportunities being a part of the union. And as you progress with your training and your skill set, you'll continue to move up in the range and get more pay. And I believe that's my last slide. Are there any questions?
Yeah, what is the starting pay?
That will depend if you are currently a union member or not. We typically, with a candidate who is not a union employee, we will encourage the labor position and start off at an apprentice rate, which is about $24 an hour.
Okay. Okay. And where are you located at again, and what's your phone number?
Our phone number is 651-786-8041. And if you're familiar with the Forest Lake area, we're right in Columbus. It's just kind of a township, I guess.
I'm not familiar with the Forest Lake because I live in North Minneapolis.
Okay, well, I would be happy to send you an application or provide you with my email address if you have a resume.
Yes, I do have a resume.
Okay. My email is Christina, KRISPINA @ ejmpipe.com.
E-A?
Nope, E. E as in like elephant, and then J-M.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, J-M. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, and we can also put that in chat as well. And just want to remind everyone, for questions, if you could, and it is, someone has just put it in chat, so if you were not able to write that down, just go to your chat box and you will see that there is Christina's email address. Ta-da! So we're so happy. Just to remind everyone, on Facebook as well as on Zoom, just as the presenter is presenting, or maybe that was the previous presenter and you had a burning question that you didn't ask, or maybe you just are a little shy, go to chat and then write your questions in there. We have a moderator in chat that will actually ask those questions for you. All right. All right. All right. All right. So ask away any questions that you want, except for, why is he looking like he is right now? And he's inside and not waiting for bricks to fall on his head. Christina, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the end at the panel discussion.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Thank you. Yolanda.
Yes,
Yolanda.
back in the game.
How long have you been in construction business?
I have been a part of Lunda Construction for the last 6 years. However, my introduction to construction was through the Minnesota Department of Transportation. So I worked for MnDOT for 14 years.
Wow. So you are what they would call a veteran in this field. I'm scared of you. Who's our next presenter?
Our next presenter is Amy Lauren. She is a recruiter for Railworks Delta Joint Venture. Amy, you're up.
Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Hello. I see somebody behind you.
Yes, this is our regional HR manager, Carl.
Good morning, everyone. We're
Good morning, Carl.
excited
Nice
tell
to
you
have
about
you
our
guys
company.
with us. We're excited to see what you have to present with Railworks Delta. This is going to be exciting. I'm going to let you guys take it away.
Sure. So we are representing Railworks Delta Joint Venture. They're on the Southwest Light Rail. Railworks works in new construction, maintenance, and repair for anything rail related, all classes and segments of the industry. We will be on the Southwest Light Rail there in Minneapolis well into 2022 at this time. And we have many opportunities for hiring on that project, as well as some others in the area. Here's a list of some of our customer examples. The Class 1 railroads, the work with a lot of transit authorities, regional and short line rail, and we work under a lot of general contractors as well, and any manufacturing industrial sites that use rail on their sites as well. And similar for ports and utility areas for their material movement. Okay. The company was established as it is now, Railworks Corporation, in 1998. We have over 3,000 employees, over 45 offices, and many more project job site locations throughout North America. We work in both union and non-union environments. Our project there, the Delta Joint Venture, is a union project. We are on agreement with a couple unions locally, and if applicants are not yet members of those unions, it's okay. We can still move them forward through the process of joining and getting hired. Let's see.
Can you go back one slide? I just wanted to point out something really cool. That picture there at US Bank Stadium, you guys were fortunate enough, the great city of Minneapolis was fortunate enough to host the Super Bowl. I think it was 2 years ago. I believe that is either the blue line or the purple line that runs into US Bank Stadium. We were very proud of the work we did on that project. It was a very successful project, and it was really cool to be participating in something that meant so much to the community. A lot of revenue was driven as a result of Minneapolis winning the Super Bowl, and we were proud to do our part. Next slide.
So, like I mentioned, we will be on this Southwest Light Rail project for at least another 2+ years, and we have a Minneapolis area office in Lakeville that stays very busy. The Great Lakes and Midwest are continuously busy with new construction and short-term maintenance work as well. So beyond this project, if candidates are looking to stay local or travel, we'd be able to provide both of those options for Minneapolis area employees. Other areas we have some long-term work are Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, LA, and Southern California and New York City both stay very busy, and then Texas and our Toronto area office, as well as some upcoming work in Florida. So pretty much, and pretty much everywhere in between for some short-term work. So long-term, if there's an area that interests you, that we can certainly try to keep you busy in that region. And like I mentioned, we have both travel and local work. So some highlights of working at RailWorks include our competitive pay. This is a union project here in Minneapolis at this time. So it is on the union scale. And we do provide medical, dental, vision benefits for all employees, field and office, as well as paid time off and paid holidays for our field and office employees. Typically after, is it per diem after 60 miles?
Yes.
After 60 miles working from your home, employees, field employees will receive per diem for qualifying positions, and relocation assistance is provided for employees that are coming on board, and we are looking to relocate them to be based in a certain geographic. We also offer vehicle allowances for certain positions, and as always, make safety a priority on all of our job sites, and are focused on promoting from within and keeping our employees long-term by providing growth and development opportunities. So this is the light rail project at a glance. The portion that RailWorks is responsible for is the 7-mile stretch of freight rail. So November 2022 is the date now for estimated completion, and then some of our joint venture and other partners on the project will be completing these the station structures and bridges. Next slide. What we are currently hiring for on the project are track laborers. A background in railroad construction isn't necessary. Really, the most important thing we're looking for are individuals willing to learn and willing to put in the effort to understand the industry and be with us ideally long term. So here's a couple of their focuses of what they will be learning day to day in a track labor position. Next slide. We are also hiring for equipment operators on the light rail project. Pieces of equipment that will be used include loaders, speed swings, the grapple truck, and excavators. So any experience with these pieces of equipment will be helpful, but again, employees just and candidates willing to learn the industry and the RailWorks way of doing things is really the number one thing we look for in candidates. Next slide. Also hiring for the project is a mechanic positions. They're working on the equipment and performing repairs and preventative maintenance. So these mechanics are both job site based and office based as well. So this is a position that can stay very busy and work long term through a project, as well as be in a traveling position as well. Next slide. RailWorks is a veteran and military preference employer. We've established a dedicated veteran hiring program where we partner with nonprofits that assist in transitioning military, some listed below: Hiring Our Heroes, the American Veterans, and Combined Arms, to name a few. Anything you want to say specifically?
So yeah, as Amy mentioned, we are committed to veterans. We're also committed to just really any disadvantaged population. Typically construction, women in construction aren't very well represented. So we just have an interest in kind of diversifying our workforce. Something else I want to mention is that for our people working in the Midwest, oftentimes during the winter, work slows down. And we have people who enjoy taking that 3 months off. But for those who are not, who want to continue to work, we have jobs across the U.S. and it is not uncommon for us to, pay for people to travel to other locations during the winter months so they can continue to work and provide for their families. So at this point, we'll take any questions you guys may have.
Ray, are there any questions for Railworks?
Not at this time.
Okay, I do see questions are starting to compile. Continue writing your questions if you could, because at the end we're going to have a panel discussion. I'm just sort of seeing Christopher, Philip, et cetera, that there's some questions that we can ask at the end. If you have anything specific for a specific company, you can certainly ask as well for this as well. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We will bring you guys on at the end. Meanwhile, Yolanda, it looks like lots of positions available.
A lot of work available too. I think the important thing I want to make sure that you all understand is the contractors that were presented today. The LMJV presented 2 subcontractors. We have over 60. We have executed contracts with over 60 subcontractors. So this is not even a drop in the bucket of contractors that, that are looking for candidates throughout the project. Everyone is not necessarily looking today, but as someone had mentioned, their work is starting up in 2022. You'll have some subcontractors whose work is starting up next year and some that are up and running right now. So this is not even close to the number of subcontractors that we have working on this project. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear as well.
Well, that is excellent because, as you said, some of the projects may be, further down the line as the light rail is getting built, and they're going to need some positions, towards the end, et cetera. It's an opportunity, like for people like me who have no construction experience at all, even though I may look like one, but I'm not, and I'm not one of the village people either, but training to be one. But pre-apprenticeships. Opportunity now to get into something like that, right?
Yes, there has been, some setbacks because of COVID, but some of the training programs are starting up again. I did notice that there's a representative from Goodwill Easter Seals that has joined us. And so, there's programs that are starting back up again. However, we do have a program that was able to practice social distancing and get their training program completed. So that's who we're bringing on next, and I'm so excited. So do you have any questions before I introduce?
No, I'm excited. You got me shaking. Who is it?
It is Building Strong Communities, Workforce Development Senior Manager at Met Council, Aaron Koski. I'm so excited about this particular program. There are other programs as well, but this one, Aaron has taken this program to a level that has been phenomenal. So I'm actually looking forward to this presentation myself. So without further ado, Aaron Koski, it's your turn.
Aaron, come on down. Come on and turn on your camera, turn on your microphone. We want to see who you are. I got to see all this hype that Yolanda is saying about. I'm excited.
Well, I can't turn my camera on, won't let me. And I'm
Okay.
not sure I want to because that's an amazing setup. But it's not allowing me to share my video for some reason.
Okay, so our producer, it will go into their technical background pieces here and behind the
Wonderful.
scenes and turn and see if they can prompt you to turn on your camera.
So thank you very much for the lead in. And Eric, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you know what a journey person is or what it means to be a journey person?
Well, I look at this, so, and you can just throw eggs at me for saying the wrong thing, but I look at the journey person as being that person who is the leader of the pack, who's going to say, you know what, I'm going to take you and I'm going to mentor you and show you the way of how to do this job in expertise in an expert way.
I think that's close. I think other people can give you the right description, definition. But the point is that many people don't know what these technical terms that are hearing today, especially if they're not familiar with the industry. So when Dale talks about positions as a journey person, I'm imagining many on the line, and myself included at one point, don't really understand what that means. Well, I want to be a journey person. Well, to be a journey person, you need to complete an apprenticeship in a registered apprenticeship program with that union. So you learn while you earn.
Ooh, I love that. Say that again. Say that again, Aaron.
So
do what?
The construction apprenticeships are learning on the job while you're earning. And also you are learning outside of the job at the joint apprenticeship training centers.
Wow, I love this. And we still can't get your camera on? Try it one more time because I want to get off the screen to let you take over. There you are. Ta-da! Now they can look at you. I think they prefer to look at you than they prefer to look at me. So I'm going to pop out right now and let you take over.
Thank you. So again, this program, the Building Strong Communities program, is really intended for individuals who have a desire to get into the industry. They're attracted by the reality that it's a very good paying job, along with great benefits and really a chance for a career. But as we've heard on this call, as Yolanda has mentioned many times, it's a career, and it's very hard to change careers, and it's very hard to understand what that change is going to require unless you're well informed about what you're going to need to do. So the Building Strong Communities program is really a chance to be exposed to not one, but to multiple careers, understand the differences between each apprenticeship program and how you get into that apprenticeship and how you become a journey person. There are many doors that can be opened, and that knowledge and information is really key. So this program has survived both COVID and the murder of George Floyd and the civil unrest. And the 32 participants who are still active, none of them had any previous experience. 6 of them have been placed to date in a variety of construction craft trades: sheet metal, iron workers, laborers, and as our friend mentioned from EJM Pipe, she took a chance on an apprentice with zero readiness, but because he went through our program, he knew what was required. He knew that if you are on time in the morning on a construction site, you're late. If you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. And if you show up late, you're going to be done. So that's ingrained in our people in the program from the start. It's a very different path. All these union trades are very appealing, and some may work for some skill sets, some lifestyles. Dale mentioned the seasonality. So this program is to prepare you. We talked about getting paid a lot, but also not working 3 months out of the year. Well, we had a curriculum program that helped you budget on a construction income, because you're gonna get a lot of money coming in at some points and then it's gonna dry up. Are you prepared? Because this program really isn't designed to put you on a job. It's designed to put you on a pathway to a career. And it's going to take a lot of intentionality, a lot of learning, a lot of grit and commitment to make that a reality. So this program is designed to help, and we can't do it. We can just be there and provide all the supports we can. I encourage you to follow up with all the contractors online. I also encourage you, if you really have a thirst to know what all the construction trades opportunities are, I would encourage you to contact the Building Strong Communities. We are a collaboration between government, the Met Council, and the unions. We need partners like the contractors, because as you heard, they all said you can still get into the union through us, but there's many other ways. And understanding the process, understanding what's under the hood for each pathway is of value. So I would love to be part of this panel. I hope I answered enough questions. For those who are really want to know more, have a thirst to know more, we're going to run this program again, but we're going to run it when it's connected to start time. So we want to end and then have the opportunities, which are typically in the spring of each year, have them be ready for that. Because as we all know, Minnesota, some companies, some work can happen year round, but others can't. So I encourage you to contact our program and to understand what this opportunity offers. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, Aaron, that is excellent. That is excellent. Come on back on. Turn your camera back on. I want to see you and talk to you some more. I got some questions myself.
Sure.
For you. So, is there a cost to go through your program?
Yes, your cost is in time and engagement.
Okay.
And that's the real thing. Because what did Dale say? The most important thing is showing up, being reliable. So
Right.
no, there is no cash cost, but there is the requirement that you demonstrate that you understand that you're putting this first. And when you are required during COVID to be on a Zoom type call for the program, if you blow it off, you're done. We've had the fortune to offer our participants a stipend as well as prepare them a full work year. So
Really?
yeah, but you know what? We've said goodbye to some people who weren't ready yet and didn't demonstrate that they understood that, no, if you're going to show up to Amy's contractor or Dale's firm on the job and you disappear the third day, that looks bad on us and bad on you. That's not, we want to get them ready. So there is no cost, but the cost is your engagement and time. And
so
commitment.
how often are the classes, or how does that go?
Yes. So our training program designed without this COVID pandemic in mind. It's about 8 weeks in length total. The first 4 weeks, we work with a contractor to introduce emotional intelligence, because this is a career life change that we're preparing you for. And we want to make sure that all your foundational elements are set up in a row. Twin Cities Rise has been this partner. And when they graduate through that, then they go through this exploratory of our participating trades. We have 10 trades that our participants are learning about. Wow. Without the pandemic, they'd be doing hands-on. Now we're doing Zoom, but we're still doing some hands-on. Next week, we're going to cement masons and spending a full day there, getting exposed. So the gentleman who got hired by EJM, great company. I grew up in that area, so I know Columbus well. He got really excited when you learned about all the details in becoming an operator. You watched the videos, understand the terminology, the requirements. He made himself familiar. He went up there to see some equipment, to go through some pre-training. And most importantly, he showed the willingness, grit, determination, perseverance to make the calls. He called 30 contractors looking for work. He took the pre-tests. So let's say you don't know. If you want to be an operating engineer, you first need to take a test with the unions. And that's a test just for them to say, yes, this person, we support them pursuing a job. They need a letter of hire from like EJM, but our program gets to that level of detail. And I don't want to hide it from anybody. So if individuals want to ask me personal questions based on my knowledge of these unions, more than happy to. But we will be starting a program where you get to get more hands-on real, right? So sorry to talk so much, Eric.
No, I'm intrigued. I want your virtual card. I want to have to kind of contact with you, because this is just another pathway for a lot of people that are looking to get into the trades and just don't know what to do. So stay on. Yolanda, come on back. Hey, you are right. That one was, wow, the icing on the cake.
I was sitting here yelling in my office, Aaron, you better preach, bro. Clapping my hands and everything. So Aaron, thank you so much.
Wow, this is just great. You know, I don't know. See, is my manager on? Is the doctor in the house?
Yes, she's on.
Keep this on and go to your class. Oh, nope. Oh, I'm gonna help people get in. I'm gonna help people. Listen, I'm gonna have everybody else turn on their, not everybody else, Christina, Amy, the other presenters, if you turn it on, we're gonna start our panel discussion while we're here.
So were we not going to, Aaron, so are we not playing the presentation?
So I'm going to share a link on the chat box, which is the Building Strong Communities website. And there's a wonderful 5-minute video that captures the program, but captures the type of people that are benefiting from this. And I encourage you all to bookmark that website, and it's updated, but you'll get a flavor for what the human face behind this program.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. And then how will we get that information? Can you put it in chat?
I'm chatting away right now. I'm chatting away. Let me type.
Can you put it in chat, Eric? Can you put it in chat, Aaron?
Eric, let me type. Stop talking to me. Let me type.
Oh, you are typing. Okay, type. People are like, grab it. I want it now. Listen, what phenomenal presentations. You all are just, oh my goodness. If we ever need you back, will you come back?
We will be back, and we'll bring some other contractors with us.
Excellent, because this is great, especially since, when are they expected the Southwest to be done?
Dale, do you want to jump on that?
Substantial completion is scheduled for October of 2022.
Okay.
The change.
October for 2022, that's the projected. Oh, we lost Dale, but I think we can hear you, but we don't see you. And then what is the route? What is the route for Southwest? It starts where and goes where? Where's the ending of it?
So it starts down by Target Field, where the previous green line ended. So we're picking up down at Target Field, and then it routes down through Minneapolis, St. Louis Park, into Hopkins, and then it kind of takes a jaunt southwest and heads down through Minnetonka and then into Eden Prairie, and it terminates down by 212 and 494 at the Southwest Transit Station.
Oh, okay. That is going to be great. That's great. Excellent. Well, now what we're doing is we're going to start our panel discussion, and this is the opportunity for all of you that are there on Facebook as well as in Zoom to go into chat and just start typing all your questions for any one or all of them, and we will ask them. Ray, I know we have some pending questions right now. Go ahead, Ray, and start asking those questions.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Before I do that, I'd like to ask each of the panelists if they can provide their contact information in the chat box one more time for everybody. We're getting several requests for follow-up on that, either an email or a general phone number for each of the panelists. If they can do that right quick, that would be helpful.
That's great. Yolanda, you don't have to leave. You can come back, Yolanda. You my host. You my partner.
This is, I guess, for anybody. A lot of these questions are kind of general. There was a question about hiring people with felonies. What is the process and procedures on that, number one?
We'll start with Amy.
It definitely depends on the specific customer, but we're very background friendly as a company, and most of our contracts allow there to be felony and misdemeanor on the employer's record. So I can't say 100% of the time it's not an issue, but it's typically not. I would not let that prevent you from applying or reaching out at all for a position.
And for someone who may have limited construction experience, is working in a warehouse or driving a forklift, is that considered a potential entry point for a construction worker? And that's for anybody on the panel.
Okay, we'll start with Christina on that one. And also, Christina, if you could talk about the felonies for your agency as well.
Sure, absolutely. We do a background check, and while we will review it, and in some cases it won't be an issue, I do have to say that when it comes to obtaining a railroad card, a company like eRail Safe also requires a background check, and depending on what kind of charge could be a hindrance to passing that. And that is a requirement that we do have on a fair amount of our jobs. So that could be an issue depending on what it is.
And then does forklift, does that present an opportunity ever for the type of jobs that you promote?
You know, it's experience, so that definitely helps. You know, going back a little bit to the Building Stronger Communities and the candidate that we had there, he passed the Ramsey skills test. And when he came in and he has a great interest in joining the operators, one thing we, you know, talked about is it's really important to have experience within the whole site. So absolutely experience, whether it be a forklift, a bobcat, you know, et cetera, is great. But more experience is better.
Okay. How about you, for you, Amy? Forklift type of thing?
Yeah, I don't know that that piece of equipment is used, but it's still exposure to some machinery and some heavy equipment. So it could translate well into that comfort level, learning the excavators and backhoes and things that we do work with. But a construction background is definitely not required. We hire many laborers with no experience at all.
Excellent. Aaron, how about you?
Hey, what I like to say is, well, my dog's barking. The forklift may not be the tool, but I would ask him to think about expressing his reliability, driving that forklift, being safe, being a team player. That's the type of skills that are going to raise the interest of Christina and Amy. Is, you know, the forklift itself, no, but the work you did, the reliability you showed, the teamwork you demonstrated, your commitment to safety, all those things are what they want to see, is what I believe. So keep at it.
Aaron, what about you? People with that may be off papers right now. And
thank you. And regarding, I'm going to speak in generalities, and by no means am I representing the union, but working on this program, the background check, as Christina mentioned, is based on situation and circumstance. Some projects may be requiring a level of clearance that would limit you, but I believe, and I feel confident saying, that the construction industry is felon friendly, and it is a chance for them to kind of restart their lives. A few of our participants actually who have been placed fall in that category. And so I know that the other side is open to it within reason and based on the individual determination. But just be upfront about it. Just be upfront and own it, and demonstrate that you're coming out, creating a name for yourself, and asking for a blank slate.
excellent.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I have to say that has been one thing that has been a positive going through the hiring process, is when a candidate is upfront, instead of not saying something and doing the background check and having the drug testing done and getting someone ready to go to work only to find out that there's a piece of the puzzle missing. So I have to say that being honest and upfront, we definitely take that into high consideration to help overcome those obstacles.
Excellent, excellent. Yolanda, did you want to speak for Linda, CS McCresson joint venture, on those topics? And we got you on mute.
I would agree with what has been said so far. It is by case. So the railroad has a strict policy. However, the whole project is not railroad. And I would still apply, because although the joint venture, there may be some limitations because of the railroad background check. However, CS McCresson and Lunda, we have other projects that we're working on as well, where the railroad is not a part of it. And so I would not hold back. I would still apply.
Still apply.
Yep, and Dale is on now, and so want to invite him to follow up.
Yeah, so on the topic of skills as a forklift operator, obviously that would be transferable. Those skills would be somewhat transferable. We wouldn't necessarily, you hear me?
Yes.
I saw Yolanda shaking her head. I didn't know if she was.
I'm trying to, people are sending me personal private chats because there are some individuals on the line, and so they can't see the chat messages. And so I'm asking that they send questions, those who can send the questions for those that are on the line.
Thank you. That's perfect.
So what the other panelists said, that it is experience with heavy equipment, so it certainly would help that they had that. It maybe, warehouse experience isn't, but I think going back to what Aaron said, that willingness to learn and the attitude about getting in and willing to get your hands dirty is probably just as important to us.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks for saying that, Yolanda. I also want to welcome our, they aren't viewers, they're on their telephones and they can't see us. They can only hear us, and they're not on Facebook, where Facebook can be seen and heard. So thank you all for dialing in. And if you would like to see this replayed, you can certainly go to the Urban League Twin Cities Facebook page, and you will see it continually being viewed. The whole session here, or you can go to the Urban League Twin Cities website and get information from there as well. So thank you. And again, right, they can't type into chat. So Yolanda, if you have questions from them, we'll entertain those as well from your text messages. And I know also our moderator in chat, Ray, has some more questions. So I think we'll go and exhaust all Ray's questions first, and then we'll go to Yolanda's questions.
Okay, first question is for Yolanda. It was in regards to the project EEO officer. They wanted to get a little more specifics on the requirements.
And so we can send you an actual position description. So if that individual, I did see that message, I didn't have a chance to respond yet. We can send that, send me your email address, and we will send you the position description. But it's dealing with affirmative action and equal employment opportunity to ensure that, we're following practices in terms of recruiting, hiring, training, and retention of particularly women and people of color.
And the next question is for EJM. Person wanted to find out, do you need to have a valid driver's license to be a site laborer?
No. As long as you have a reliable transportation to get to and from the job site, no, that's fine.
Okay. And this is last one for probably the whole panel. Someone was asking about coronavirus protocols for employee safety. What kind of measures are in place to ensure that?
We'll start with Amy.
So we have many protocols in place, both on our job sites and in the offices. We have daily, our daily declarations, our daily temperature checks that are checked before coming into work or the job site every single day. So we are also in placing the social distancing and have the decals and signage up for that, and are pretty continuously following all of the CDC recommendations and whatnot.
Excellent. Dale.
So our policies pretty much mirror what the CDC recommendations are, and govern, of course, in the state of Minnesota, and that varies by state. We do work in other states. So Wisconsin currently is different than Minnesota with the required face masks. So we're generally, whatever the area we're working in, we're trying to follow the guidance that's being given by the government officials.
Excellent. Christina.
We have a COVID-19 response plan in place. As far as the different states go and the mandates, we're following all those requirements and providing face masks to employees. The foreman on site is making sure that all the guidelines are enforced.
Excellent. Aaron, how about for your program? There's a lot of it's online right now, but do you have some COVID policies?
Yeah, only we have had a few on-site hands-on experiences as well as a construction site tour, all which follow the guidelines, temperature scan, and we've been very safe, but they are limited. And I will also say that we're expecting this to restrict us, at least in terms of gatherings until mid next year, early next year. We have not mastered, but we're comfortable with the delivery model online. So we want to say that the next opportunity to join the Building Strong Communities program, we'll have it regardless if a vaccine is ready or not. So I just want to put that plug in.
Aaron, where is your building located?
Well, most of the staff, including myself, work out of the Metro Transit building.
Okay.
Right where Dale identified the blue and green line linking up with this new Southwest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's a question I have. Is transportation, as far as, should a person have their own transportation to do these jobs?
Absolutely. It is it's one of the requirements, and one of the reasons why, as Dale mentioned earlier, that you can be on Southwest today and and maybe in a week or so you'll be in outstate Minnesota. How do you plan to get there without reliable transportation?
Okay.
When we
So
talk
public
about reliability, that's one of them.
Public transportation at this point is like very sketchy.
It's kind of hard for a bus to get to a location that hasn't been built.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Anybody want to add on to that? Everyone's in total agreement? All right. So you need a car, or you need to have a good, reliable transportation, a form of transportation outside of public transportation for these jobs. We want to be transparent, right? We don't want people to have hopes and then, be disappointed. So, Ray, do you have any others?
Yeah, final question here. This is for Dale in terms of the potential for another project. Question was, is there any news on the extension of the blue line possibly going in the Maple Grove direction?
I am not that plugged into that. That'd be a Met Council question.
And I see Aaron's hand raised. Go ahead, Aaron.
There is no updates, and I do not believe talks with the railroad owner of the property have restarted. So it is not an active project, is my understanding.
Okay. Well, we have a couple minutes left. Yolanda, I'm going to let you chime in and also to entertain your questions that you have from our call-ins.
Well, the comment was, can the callers ask questions? They want to ask the questions directly because they don't have
access. Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Certainly.
So, Tracy Jackson, I'm going to ask that you come on in.
Tracy Jackson?
And where'd she go?
Okay, who's your next person?
Hi, so this is Tracy. I did not have a question, but I'm just stating that those who called in may need to have the opportunity to ask a question, so this might be a good time.
Perfect. We appreciate that. Yes, if there is anybody that has a question from our callers, you can certainly take yourself off your mute and ask that question at this time. We want to make sure you get full information as well. Is there anyone? All right. Again, you can go to our Facebook page, and that has been recorded, so the live will continue to play, as well as going to the Urban League Twin Cities website. Or if you ever have any questions, feel free to call our main switchboard at 612-302-3100, 612-302-3100. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming. Aaron, Amy, Christina, Yolanda, Dale. Thank you all. This has been a treat, just wonderful, and just so much information that was given as far as opportunities. So we appreciate you for being here, you guys. Give yourself a hand clap.
Yay.
Yay. Anybody that's out there, our participants, you can give some reactions. Well, you can't because you're not on camera, so not a problem. Not a problem. Thank you so much. Is there any last thing that you'd like to say, Yolanda?
I would. On behalf of the Lunda Joint Venture, on behalf of Lunda McCrossin Joint Venture and our subs and Building Strong Communities, we want to say thank you to Urban League Twin Cities for this opportunity. This is our first virtual career fair, and so I think it's been a great turnout. The participation has been great. And so to our audience that has listened in or that has watched us, we want to say thank you as well and keep the questions coming.
I'd also like to say Eric did an awesome job doing this virtually.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Oh.
Absolutely.
Thank you all. I'm gonna let you all go. Eat some lunch. Have a great day. Until next time, the Urban League loves you. On behalf of the staff, the president, CEO, and the management team of the Urban League, thank you for attending today.
All right.
Oh, man.